Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hey, I got a jet ski here. I think it's a 92, maybe it's a 93 Seadoo SPI. And last year we couldn't get it to start. Last spring, I had taken it home and brought it back out to the lake. It wouldn't start. And this year we wanted to get it running, so we took it out to the lake. Was thinking about pulling out the carburetors and rebuilding them. But I got kind of a crazy idea that maybe I could get this thing to run without rebuilding the carburetors, because it just wouldn't start. And I could put a mixed fuel, squirt it into the spark plugs or even into the carburetor intakes, and it would start right up. So we knew it was something to do with like the fuel pump. So, and we've already been riding this out the last all day yesterday. We were riding the jet ski out. Runs great, runs fantastic. So I'm just going to show you really quickly what we did, so it might save you on a rebuild on your carburetor or some time, because it's not as easy to get to. It's not hard, but just hard enough you might not want to do it. So you can see we have it right here. This is as far as we took it down. It's right here, and you can just squirt. We would squirt the mixture in there, or we could put it into where the spark plugs are, and it'd start right up, and then it'd shut right down. So what I did is I took it apart, of course. There's a cowl here. It wasn't, well, I really only needed this one Allen wrench to take it apart and to take out these screws. I'll put this all back together here in a little bit, but before I put it back together, I just want to show you what I did. I took regular old gum out, and I found out where the gasoline comes into the engine. This is the actual, I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but it's pulling pressure from the engine to actually pump the pump. I pulled both these two holes off, both hoses off. One is the intake, the other one is the return. And I'll just show you one example, because I pulled both of them not knowing exactly which one it was. But I pulled this off. It's like that. You see gas came out. So that's probably the actual gas line. And let me set that up there. And I took gum out, and I sprayed it into where this fuel pump is, just right there. You can, and I just sprayed it. Okay, and I did the same thing to here, but with this, I only have one hand. Is I just slowly filled this up, barely pushed the button on the gum out, and I filled this whole tube up with gum out spray, and then I plugged it in.
Hello, YouTube.
And then, so what I did, I got gas on my hands now, is just I would hook this up and as normal, and I would choke it, and it would almost start. And at first I thought it was just the gum out, maybe was helping it start, or maybe some of the fuel, but every time I did this, it took me like 5 tries. It would run a little bit longer. And I got to a point where I just had to choke it, keep it choked, and it would continue running. And then after about 30 seconds of running, it was up and running. So we had cleaned out, or basically degunked, the fuel pump on the side of this carburetor. This only has one carburetor, so it was fairly easy to get to once I took that off. And then we just took it out, and it was a little sluggish at first, but after running the gum out spray through there and then just running around all day, it's good as new. So no carb rebuild, and it's as not good as new, but it runs great. So I thought I'd share that with you. Just a real simple, quick. Use some gum out and just spray it into both lines. I did both lines. Here's the other line here. This is the return line. And just filled up the lines and then started it up. And that was able to free up probably the diaphragm inside that fuel pump and allow it to run freely. Hope that helps you. Easy fix.